What is going on, guys? I just had to make a follow-up video for this 96 Washburn N4 new Bittencourt signature. This is the one that had the tone knob mod on it, and they had put a volume knob really close up to the bridge pickup, kind of slightly behind it, and then they moved the tone, or put the new tone where the volume is supposed to be on an N4. But needless to say, it turned out really awesome. And here's why. Check this out. What I did was I put the volume back where it's supposed to be and put a tiny 10 millimeter kill switch where that old volume knob used to be, and it is absolutely killer and awesome. Also had my tech go in there and do a lot of work on it. He had to take apart the trim on it and get all those blocks loosened up. They had kind of stuck over the years from not being played. This guitar had set for a while. And check out the fret job. My tech, Jake, did an amazing job on this guitar. He did a fret leveling on it, and the frets look brand new. This guitar plays like it's brand new, and it is absolutely killer now. And as you guys know, I kind of have a thing for these late 90s because they do have a neck that I really prefer. It's kind of more of a rounded off Charvel type neck. And the other thing that's really cool about these is the trim does not pull back at all. They sit right on the body. So when you push it down, it goes right back and it stops. So there's no crazy pullback on it, but you can still do the crazy dime bag squeals on it. You're just not pulling it back to an extreme. You can still do it though, and it is, if you know what you're doing, you can still pull it off. But on these models, the trims do not pull back. And what's crazy is they sit perfectly flat when they are completely stopped, which is something you don't see normally on an N4. That was just on these models in the late 90s. Let's flip it around here. I put the cover back on it just because it looked good. I normally just leave them off, but I was afraid I would lose it, so I put it back on there. But as you can see, the necks on these are really rounded off, and they seem smaller as far as how wide they are. You definitely can feel that they are a little bit smaller compared to some of the other guitars that I've had previously. But yeah, it's got the 1990s covers on it, which I don't mind. One thing about this guitar is, when Grover Jackson took over, they said that there was a lot of wood missing. So you'll notice that the trim cover is a lot smaller. The hole for the trim is a lot smaller. And if you have to take a spring on and off, it's kind of difficult because there's not much room in there to deal with. Also, if you take this back plate off, that isn't a huge hole behind there. It's actually a smaller hole, and it's just kind of that plate kind of lays on top of another piece of wood. So when they were making these late 90s have a lot more wood to them than a normal N4. That hole is a lot smaller underneath that cover, and that trim cavity is a lot smaller, and they don't have as much wood taken out down here at the trim either. So it's got a lot more wood to it. It sounds great. And yeah, this one plays amazing. I originally had this one on reverb for a certain amount of money, and then after I invested a little bit in it and got it to this condition, it's worth a little bit more now, because you would think that this would turn people off, but no, it's awesome. Everybody loves it, and it works. It looks like it's smaller than it really is. It's kind of about the size of your fingertip. So what's cool is when you're playing a lead, you can kind of hit a note and bend it up and just take your finger's already there, and you just tap that thing, and it just makes a really killer, like laser type sound that's really cool. So yeah, just wanted to give everybody an update on this one. This one's really awesome. 1996 Washburn N4. This is an alder guitar, and it's got a really blacked out ebony board on it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you like the video. We'll see you next time.